It's actually pretty easy to triple your double bass speed in just 3 months.
The problem is most drummers have 5 speed traps that make their double kicks
Sound like this peanut butter and molasses sandwich. Slow and sloppy. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly what these speed traps are and how to overcome them. And then at the end, I'm gonna give you a year-long double kick practice plan that will help you easily triple your kick speed. Now, have you heard of the invisible wall? Well, this might sound like a totally made up thing, but it's completely real, and it is the first speed trap holding your double kick speeds back. Now, the reality is most drummers have a very difficult time breaking past 170 BPM on the double kick. And that's because your technique is hitting an invisible wall that won't let you break through. But some of the world's fastest drummers use a technique that allow them to break straight past that invisible wall and play at insane speeds. Check out these examples to see if you can see the differences in the technique that allow me to play at faster speeds. Okay, so in the first example, I am using full leg technique, which means I'm moving my entire leg to hit every single note. Now, for most drummers, this is a great technique anywhere between the 120 to even 170-ish tempo range. However, the quickest way to break past this invisible wall is to switch your technique to something called ankle or swivel technique. Now, the switch here is instead of moving your entire foot for every note, you just simply move your ankle. Because the movement is so much smaller, it becomes way easier to play faster tempos. Now, one of the best ways to train your ankle technique or to just play faster kicks in general is to adopt the swivel technique. Now, for swivel technique, you don't actually lift your toe off the pedal. You actually leave it on the whole time and swivel your heel back and forth. And what happens is every back and forth movement with your heel will result in a bass drum note. And the beauty is over time, you can do this really fast and get some crazy, crazy fast kicks. One of the best metal drummers in the world, Eloy Casagrande, does this to play at tempos 220 BPM and beyond with an insane amount of power. So if you're totally stuck at tempos under 175 BPM, try spending a good amount of time using the ankle technique and the swivel technique on your kick drum with each leg isolated. Now, by the way, don't worry about writing any of this down because I've got every single exercise in this video along with an entire year's worth of double kick exercises for you with playable notation totally for free in the description below. And trust me, you're gonna need it because this next exercise is gonna kick your ass. Now let me ask you a question. What is the longest amount of time you've just wailed on your double kick pedals nonstop? I'm talking no beats, no breaks, just fast double kicks for as long as you possibly can. Chances are you don't do this very often, but you really should because this speed trap is what keeps most drummers stuck in their basement instead of playing on a stage. I'm talking about endurance. Now this exercise I'm about to give you is gonna help you build that endurance and break through this speed trap. But more importantly, it'll allow you to play insanely hard sets for a very long time, lock in perfect technique to help you avoid injury, and most importantly, it will strengthen your weak leg. Now, this exercise is incredibly simple. First, you are going to use that ankle/swivel technique. Second, you are going to set a timer for 20 minutes, and here's what you're gonna do. First, you are going to practice your ankle/swivel technique with your weak leg for as long as you possibly can along to a metronome. Once that weak leg starts getting a little bit sloppy or tired, you're going to switch to your dominant leg, and you're gonna do the same thing for as long as you possibly can. Once that leg starts to get tired, you're going to work on alternating those double kicks using the same technique. And then you're going to keep alternating between these things for 20 minutes straight. And we're not worried about anything on our hands. We're just focused on executing perfect eighth notes, locking in that clean swivel or ankle technique. Here's a little bit of what it looks like. Now, I know this sounds intense, but you will be amazed at how much this builds your endurance, locks in your technique, and strengthens your weak leg all in just 20 minutes. The more you work this into your practice plan, the faster you will make progress. I guarantee that. And once you really have this nailed, the next speed trap will be easy to break through. When I first started playing metal music, it wasn't long before I realized that there was an unwritten rule when it comes to playing metal fills. And maybe you've noticed it too. After all, what do all three of these metal fills have in common? This fill sounds really cool, but it sets a lot of drummers up for the two-note trap. While it's true that you want your hands and feet to alternate in perfect fashion to unlock insane fills, the problem is that typically most drummers only limit themselves to playing two notes on the kick. And as a result, your fills end up getting really, really limited. Now I'm gonna show you an exercise that helps you break out of this two-note trap and unlock insane fills. Plus, it'll boost the coordination between your hands and your feet. So the two classic drum fills that get drummers stuck in the two-note trap is 2 on the hands, 2 on the feet, and 4 on the hands, 2 on the feet. And I'm gonna help you break out of this with the 6-4-4-2 drum fill. And these numbers represent a sticking pattern. So the 6 is going to be 6 notes on the hands, the 4 is going to be 4 notes on the feet, then the second 4 is going to be 4 notes on the hands, and then the last 2 is going to be 2 notes on the feet. So for the first 6 notes, I want you to play a paradiddle diddle, which is just right, left, left, left. Then you're just going to do right, left on your feet. Then you're just going to do right, left on the hands, and then a simple right, left on the feet. Now let's put it behind the kit and see what it sounds like. The best thing about this exercise is not only do you have a sick new fill pattern that you can play in all genres of music, but it allows your feet to be able to play more notes on their own, and then you can start messing with these patterns to come up with incredibly awesome fills. Now we have 2 more speed traps to get to, and this next one is probably one you've been ignoring for quite some time. Do any of you remember this trend? Well, if not, then you missed out on a very strange time in human history. Now the world has decided that balancing out your legs is the right move for fashion, but most drummers haven't gotten the memo. Friends, it is time to balance out your legs. Because here's the deal, you are only as fast as your weak leg. So many drummers are happy that they can play really fast with their dominant leg, but it's not worth it if your weak leg is completely holding that tempo back and making all of your double kicks sound incredibly sloppy. So now I'm gonna show you an exercise that will strengthen your weak leg so all of your double kick patterns will become faster and cleaner in the process. So for this exercise, we're going to work on alternating our feet, starting with groups of 3. So it's gonna start off as right, left, and then you are going to switch to left, left. After doing that for a measure, we are going to play a pattern of 5, which is right, left, and then we switch it to left, left. This methodology I learned big time by insane drummer Chris Turner, because the reality is to play efficient double kick at high speeds, you have to get used to alternating what leg leads. For example, if you try to play this exercise all with your dominant leg leading, it would be doing twice the amount of work as your weak leg. Now for a simple exercise that might be fine, but over the course of an hour-long set playing live, your dominant leg is gonna get so fatigued, and over time, your kick drum playing is going to get worse and worse. So this exercise helps you spread out that work evenly and strengthen your weak leg in the process. Let's try it out. So what do a majority of metal drummers and Mario Kart have in common? Now, if you guess that we both throw bananas when things get hard, you'd be close, but wrong. The correct answer is just like the vehicles in Mario Kart, most drummers sacrifice control when they increase their speed. Because speed without control is useless. And to really dial in your control, you need to be able to move between different subdivisions on your double kick easily. When you can take your double kicks from 16th notes to 8th note triplets to 16th note triplets all incredibly smoothly, it will unlock way more freedom on your double bass. Plus, it will allow you to play way more metal songs, because this is the key to some of the most complex metal drum parts out there. So now let me show you an exercise that will dramatically increase the control of your double kick. So in this exercise, you're going to be alternating your kicks the entire time. So for measure number 1, you're going to be alternating 8th notes. But for the second half of measure number 1, you are going to alternate 8th note triplets. Measure number 2 is going to start off the exact same way with alternating 8th notes on the double kick, but then the back half you are going to move to alternating 16th notes. And then finally, measure number 3, you're going to start off with alternating 8th notes and then move to 16th note triplets. Trust me, when you unlock this exercise, it will unlock a world of musical patterns for you to play in so many awesome metal songs. Now, before I put this all together for you in a perfect plan, I want to show you what these exercises actually look like in the context of a song. Because I think it's easy to watch these videos and think of it as theory, but these exercises can directly translate to musical applications in a really huge way. So check this out and see if you can spot the techniques that we went over in this video. All right, so now let's put this all together in a weekly practice plan for you. On day 1, I want you to practice your technique and endurance together as a joint exercise for 20 minutes. On day number 2, I want you to combine hands and feet coordination for 10 minutes with your weak leg work for another 10 minutes. Then on day 3, I want you to work on control for 10 minutes, and then you are going to bring back that technique endurance exercise for another 10 minutes. Now, if you want good results, you can practice this 3 days a week and really start making progress. But if you want to get even better results, I would double up on this, so you're practicing 6 days a week to get optimal results. And like I said, you can get every exercise in this video with playable notation along with an entire year's worth of double kick exercises totally for free in the description below. And if you want to learn the secrets to triple your hand speed in the process, well, then click this video right here.